Hey everyone, this is starting up a new tablet weaving band. I do both tablet and weaving on my big loom, a 40-inch floor shaft, and there's some things that flow back and forth between the two that have really made life easier, especially as a tablet weaver. When you warp up, this is a speed warp. This is 20 cards that are 2 threads of black, 2 threads of white. It's number 5 crochet thread acrylic. These are my super fast belts that are fantastic for newcomers or children or smalls or, fighters. Beat it up, it's fine. But what happens a lot of times with any warp, speed warp or otherwise, is that you end up with threads that aren't exactly the same tension all the way across. So these 2 threads, sorry you guys, I have a toddler, on the end are a little bit looser than everything else. And when you are trying to just weave with it that way, that can be annoying and frustrating. So what I found that works really well is to take a chunky thread, or make a chunky thread. Take several pieces of a different one. These are just my scraps from other projects. I keep them. Take it, make a loop, shove it in there so it's nice and bulky, and then do 1 forward set of turns. So four turns with that thicker thread. Not worried about the edges, not worried about anything else. I'm just weaving 4 passes of this chunky stuff into the warp. What happens is that by turn 4, some of these spots in here, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but some of these look tighter and some of them look looser. These chunky threads are giving and taking to even out the tension. All of this, you can see that is a lot smoother. It's a lot more even. This has helped set off just about every band I've done for a lot better success, particularly those that have mixed media. Step 2, spacers. Just use index cards because I happen to have a whole bunch of them because D&D nerds. Shove it in there. This gives me a flat surface to beat on. And the third part of starting off successfully is take your shuttle, leave a nice long tail, thread that tail through, and leave 6-8 inches-ish on this side. Turn your cards. Pack that down. Now take the shuttle, pass it back through like you normally would weaving. But also take that tail and pass it from the other way. And what happens up here is now there is a circle of weft. Tighten that in, turn your cards, pack it down. What this is doing is this is weaving the weft into the band in such a way that this will not unravel. You don't have to sew it. You don't have to try to knot it. That fringe will not unravel. Take your end again, pass it the other way. Pass your shuttle through. So each of these first couple of rows will actually have 2 weft threads, one that is from the tail and one that is from the actual shuttle. When I was showed this, I thought it was always held better to do as odd numbers, 3s, 5s, to hold them securely, and I've always done it that way. I will fully admit that I have not done experiments to see if it really matters if it's 2, 3, 4, 5. I usually do 3. It's pretty standard. And these are for belts. These are meant to hold and handle abuse and beating up and such things. There's a sword fight in my living room, y'all. So what has happened now is these rows are a little bit thicker, they're a little chunkier, you have to pack them a little tighter, but everything is woven in. When I pull the band off the loom at the very end, I can just clip this little thread sticking off to the side, and it's not going to unravel. I don't have to sew it in, I don't have to backstitch it, you don't have to do any of the crazy things people will try to do to hold in their ends. At the end of the band, I will try to make a video for that part too. You do the exact same technique, but you're weaving. So what you do is when you, instead of sliding the tail in, you slide a separate thread that has a little loop and leave your loop sticking out the side. That loop then becomes how you pull your tail back through several passes. I'll make a video of that when I get there. So thank you. I hope that's helpful.